With graphics like that, this guy must work out.
How's it going, everyone? Thought I would give you a few pointers today on subs. So this all kind of depends on what state you live in as to how much as a handyman or a remodeler you can actually do. It's not only based on your license in your state, it's also based on your insurance. So in the state I live in, roofing, I can do some real minor repairs, but my insurance is not going to cover me to do all out roofing repairs, not based on the way that my liability insurance is set up. Works the same with plumbing or electrical. So I can do some minor fixture replacements, basically anything the outlet out, for the most part, I can handle. So I've replaced outlets before, switches, fans, installing new lights, but I don't go the other side of the outlet. So between there and the breaker box, I don't handle. If I have a job that requires that, I get a sub to come out and take care of those. And like I said, that just covers me. You need to find those issues out in whatever state you live in. If I'm doing a large remodel, it's also based on the city. I'll have to go and pull a permit for the building portion that I cover. So finish work, framing, anything like that I can do. And then I usually have the plumbers and electricians do everything but the fixtures. So, you know, the plumber will do all the drains, all the water lines in the wall. And then instead of coming out to do the trim out work, I'll take care of installing the faucets and the P-traps and stuff like that. Vanities, things of that nature, fans, lights. And it kind of depends on how the customer wants to do it. You know, if they want the electrician or the plumber to do everything, that doesn't really bother me either way. But so you need to kind of figure that out. But if your state is set up that way, you need to find you some good subs to handle these things, and that can be a huge challenge. I was fortunate enough when I started out doing remodeling handyman work. I had a acquaintance who was doing electrical work, just starting out. He had done commercial work for 20 plus years and was looking at getting into doing his own residential work. So I kind of helped him get started, which helps. And then I also had a plumber buddy of mine that I went to church with who was starting out on his own, and I kind of helped him out when he was first getting started. So the thing you got to look out for is when you're not knowing anybody in an area, or not knowing an electrician or a plumber personally, is if you're not a big time contractor, you know, a developer that builds, you know, several hundred houses a year, you're probably going to have a hard time being on their priority list. So know that up front. So you're kind of playing in that range where you may be dealing with an electrician or a plumber that can't get any major work, so they can't work for any big builders. There may be a reason why. Or they can only work you in between doing houses for the main developers, which makes sense from their perspective. That's, you know, basically their bread. Throughout the year, they've got constant, reliable work from, you know, a specific contractor, and you're just needing them to come in and every once in a while and do something. So that is a major challenge. And then along with that, even if you're doing a remodel and you let the customer know up front that you've got subs that'll be handling things that you can't do, realize that that sub is representing you, because whoever, you know, you build your estimate for, you're kind of looked at as the general contractor, even though you're not, at least not the way my state's set up. You're the one the customer is going to be looking to if anything goes wrong, whether it's plumbing, electrical, doesn't matter. So that electrician and plumber is going to be representing you.
New text message.
And then you also need to realize that when you get an electrician and a plumber that's good, that you can use, a lot of the stuff I do handyman wise, or remodeling wise, you're having people go into a customer's house that they currently live in. It could be kids, wife home by herself. You need to make sure that you're using a sub that you don't have to worry about, going into a customer's house. So all that kind of trickles down to your reputation. So just realize that when you're picking subs out, that is a major ordeal. Another issue along with subs is you also have to make sure that they are carried. If you cover liability insurance, more than likely your insurance is going to do an audit, probably annually, maybe semi-annual, or every 2 years. When they do that audit, they're going to be looking at all the subs that you use. And if you use subs that do not carry insurance, this goes the same for workman's comp and for, not as much on workman's comp, but definitely on liability. They'll be looking to make sure that your subs are carrying insurance. And if they aren't, however the dollar amount is that you use that sub for, they could up your rates to compensate for that. So the one that carries insurance basically has to carry the load for the subs that they use that don't have insurance, just to make sure that they're covered liability wise. So realize that up front with subs. Find a good one. Your reputation trickles down to the subs that you use, and then make sure that they've got insurance. Otherwise, your premiums could go up to compensate for them not having it. So, just a few pointers. Hope this video helps. Thanks.
This guy needs to be a poster child for birth control. If you like that video, hit subscribe.